I buried myself in this painting to work through a difficult pregnancy. I wanted to create a love letter to a particular space in Austin, Secret Beach. We used to live walking distance from Roy G. Disc Golf Course, and sometimes when they were letting water out of the dam, there would be a small beach. So we'd pack some sandwiches and we'd walk out to the beach and just sit in the cool water and decompress. There was no expectation for conversation or itinerary. It's again that idea of just with your long-term friends, just existing together, and it's still and it's comfortable. There's a lot going on in this painting. I have references to particular animals. So here's my favorite bird, the blue heron. And I've got a green lynx spider here, a water moccasin just minding its own business. I wanted the figures to be ambiguous so that the viewer can kind of place themselves in here. This painting is a really good example of my process of composition building. I typically I use walnut oil as a medium, and I clean my brushes in it. So eventually you get like this milky sort of neutral color. And so I save that for when I'm ready to start a new painting. I might darken it a little bit, and I'll just take a big cheap brush and start slathering it over a new canvas and start building and building. What inherently happens is paint starts to collect in certain areas and then start dripping in other areas. And that walnut oil adds a really nice slick surface to start drawing on, like with an oil pastel and blocking out your compositions. So what I'll do is I'll look at where the paint is sort of gathering and dripping and see if I can find, oh, that looks like a possum, or this looks like a portal. And then I'll just kind of go with the flow, and I rarely start a painting with this intention of I'm gonna paint this scene or this or that. I kind of just look at what's happening with my very first layers and see if I can find anything interesting happening. Because I like to use a lot of translucent layers, this is a really good example of where you're able to actually see some of the original infrastructure of those original layers here. And then I might go in and just start patterning, adding more texture and depth.